Matt, obviously there was the disappointment on Tuesday night with the defeat against Fleetwood. What's the mood been like in camp today?
What we'd expect, everyone's come in and ready to go for the weekend game. I think that, listen, I'm going to remain consistent with that, win, lose or draw. That's what we do, because the last game can't affect the next game, and won't. So, yeah, exactly as you'd expect me to say. We're human, so of course we disappoint if we don't win a game. And sometimes you want to use that disappointment to fuel the next thing. Of course, that's something to be said. But it certainly hasn't gone into today, and very much so a day to work and get ready for the weekend.
I was going to say, you've always said throughout the season that there's going to be bumps and, in the road as we go, because of the nature of the beast being so long-winded in that season. You've got 46 league games, so these sorts of things can be expected, but it's about showing the resilience and showing the bounce-back ability that this group's shown already this season, isn't it?
Mate, not winning every single game most definitely can not be expected, but so let's put that out there right now, because that's obvious. But what we can expect from the lads is that we look to the next game, we go after the next game and give it all we can in the next game, which is how we've approached everything all the time. So we were unfortunate in that we didn't get the result that we wanted on Tuesday night, but then very much so we move on to the next game, which is home game against Salford, which is what we're looking forward to. We know they'll be a tough team. They're off the back of a fantastic run themselves a few games ago, and they'll be wanting to do exactly the same as what we want to do at the weekend. So we know it's going to be a tough game, but as we know, again, we look forward to playing at home in front of our supporters off the back of a couple of long trips, and again we thank everyone who came and saw us in those games, and wish them all a safe trip home. But now we look forward to being at home again.
How important has it been being at home? We've seen incredible form at home. I think it's just the one defeat in the league, and what's that been like being there? Because you've often spoken about the importance of them both home and away to supporters, but it must be incredible to walk out of the Poundland Bescott Stadium when it's rocking.
Yeah, it's incredible anyway, because it's our home, it's our base, but of course because the supporters have been amazing, especially every game this season they've been amazing. So I think it's always important to say for all of us, I say it to the players all the time, we smile through the setbacks, we move forward through the setbacks. When the positives come, we enjoy them, and then we move on again. And I think that togetherness and that unity that we've had at home, we have had away. Again, we use that as power to move us forward, and I'd urge as many as possible to come down again, as I always do. But I mean it, we're desperate for as many supporters to be there, desperate to keep on the front foot, and desperate to give everyone happy faces.
You mentioned Salford there coming into this game off the back of their own fantastic run. We had our own fantastic run. It was that, record amount of wins in there. I think it was 9 on the spin at that point, which was, again, an incredible achievement, and just goes to show that this team can put together more runs and put these 2 results behind us.
We'll go after the next game, mate. We really will, and that'll be all that it is. And then we go after Saturday's game, and then Saturdays we'll rest, and we'll go after the next Saturday's game. So for me, all of those things are, you look back on them, you don't look forward on them, and we go after the next game, and that is exactly what it is, at home in front of our supporters against a really good team. So for us, we have to prepare right, get ready for the next game, and look forward to it.
I was going to say, with the games coming thick and fast, how do you go about resting everybody, making sure everybody's fit and ready to go as well as they can be?
No, exactly that. We're used to that. There's no kind of difference in what we're at the stage we're at now. We've been going for whatever it's been, 6 months, 5-6 months now. The season gone, so we're used to that now. It's just very much so. Rest, recover, get ready, train, all of that, prepare. That's the same as get ready. Yeah, prepare, and we look at the next game, and that's what we'll do now. So yeah, in terms of all of that, we've done the work that we needed to do today. That we want to do. We would debrief the stuff that we wanted to debrief from Tuesday night, and then we move forward very much so into the weekend.
On the bodies that are, out at the moment, it's great to see Donovan and Jez particularly back in doing their work and getting themselves ready to go whenever they're required, albeit, a little bit further down the line with the pair of them.
Yeah, them two, class. Donovan, probably the initial thing that I said out there might not be as far into the future as that. So that's really positive. And one thing I know about him, talking about D to begin with, is that he'll give absolutely everything to. He said if he needs to be in at 6 a.m, he'll be in at 6 a.m. He'll do everything he can. The physios might not be too pleased, but he'll be there and do it. And that's the same. He sets the tempo for everyone else with that. So if he can get back any sooner, he will do. And I think that probably goes with all of those guys egging each other on in there. You know, Priestley, Donovan, Jack. You know, they're all desperate to come back and play their part, which I'm very sure that they will, because of just the mentality that they're taking that bit into it.
And I know on a final note, I'm going to say it, you've often spoken about bringing the right characters into the building and not rushing things and being patient throughout this window and previous windows as well. There's a couple of days left of the January transfer window. You know, there's those days, but it's still about being patient, is it, in trying to get the right people in?
Yeah, of course. It's not like it's not a shopping trip. You know, if you want someone, sometimes you have to play the win that at another club. So you have to work that thing out. Of course, we would want, if we were going to do anything, we would want it to be done the moment that you say that you want to make it happen. But that's not life, and that doesn't happen like that. I think it's important to always go back and always mention that I will never do anything that I think is the wrong thing to do for the football club, and bring the wrong people into the football club. That's the most important thing. But of course, like anything, if you're going to